Hey everyone, welcome to the trading floor's 25 days of Tradesmas. Make sure you stick around to the end of this video to find out how you can win $1,000.
Hello, in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing for you a trade that was taken on November 21st of 2024. This trade was part of Strategy Wars Season 7, so I was participating in Strategy Wars and I was on the Wave Rider team and the Price Action Concept team. So you will see the Wave Rider indicator on my chart as well as my price action, just like analysis as to why I took these trades. That is what you are seeing here on the screen. It was a testimonial that was submitted for the competition. So if you are in the trading floor community and you have access to the Discord community, you will see this under testimonies, and it was posted on November 25th. So if you're looking for this trade, it was posted November 25th, but I am showing you a trade from November 21st. So you can read the markup here a little bit. I'm going, spoiler alert, I'm going to be showing you something on NASDAQ 100. It was the 5-minute time frame. It's a breakout of a zone, and basically what's going to happen here is like a womp 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 movement. My initial take profit would have been hit, but I was trailing my trade and my trail did get hit. So I did not get my 2.5 R that I was looking to target. I ended up getting a smaller profit, and that's just the risk you take when you look to target a little bit more. I followed my rules here where I did move my stop loss to slightly in profit at a 1.5 R, and it just happened to come back and smack my trailing stop, and it is what it is. So let's get into the trade. I'll show you guys what I'm yapping about here. All right, so like I said, we are here on NASDAQ 100 5-minute time frame. What you're seeing here is that we had a really strong bearish move, right? We can see that's pretty clear. We had a bullish move. We had a bearish move that kind of, came back to answer for that. A nice little rejection area. You can see I had a zone that was marked up, a strong rejection wick, a really strong bearish move that happens here with these candles. So this all happened prior to me even getting into the market. What I did see though then happen was the bullish retracement back up. Pressure was being applied, and we did break through a zone. So I knew that we had been previously having like a lot of pressure from both sides, and there was a bit of a bullish bias that was happening here. And this bearish move was more just like a retracement of what was happening. So because of that, I was kind of like playing with the idea of like, where are we going? I don't know if we're doing bullish or we're doing bearish. I just know that we're in a new zone. And I didn't see any reason to go way beyond what the overall most recent trend was, which was bearish. And the reason I say that is because while the market was pushing up, there was no reason at this time for me to say that we completely changed market structure. There's really no market structure being formed. It was just one strong bullish move. There was no step-like patterns. There's no new higher highs being formed other than this, but that's not really a higher high because it's just retesting what's happened over here. It would have been more impressive if this move just skyrocketed and blew out this high here. It never did that. So I wasn't looking to go for, the crazy goal of like 5R here. I was just looking to get a really deep retracement, but also be very cautious with it. So because I was lucky enough to get into the market at a pretty early break in this zone, I know this move happened back here, but I'm looking at zone to zones. So I am not acknowledging any of this because at the time I was getting in, this had not happened. I had noticed when it broke this level here, I had an alert to start like paying attention. But at this point of the close of candle, the risk to reward wasn't like going to make sense for me. So I needed it to break one more level. And also I wanted to see it really kind of confirm that we were hitting more of 50% retracement, not just down here. That's not deep enough of a retracement for me to think that I want to go against this trend. So with that being said, I was looking for a little bit of a deeper retracement and something that was going to like push past it. And that's what I was looking for here. So as you can see, I did have a little bit of consolidation that happened. So I was able to get in around this break of this price point. So this was a zone that I was looking at. To this yellow was a bigger zone. These are all things that are happening to the left. I know it's a bit hard to see here because so much movement happened, but just believe me when I tell you, these were the areas to the left that were marked from me previously. Like I said, this is strategy wars. I was trading all along. Some of these lines have been marked up throughout the whole month at this point, and they've just been kind of sitting there because they were known levels for me. But as far as this goes, this particular trade, I knew we were breaking into what was previously an area price action into a zone. And I was comfortable with this little bit of consolidating here. We kind of had a little bit over here. And I was like, okay, like this is such a minor consolidation, no big deal. I'll get in. I just need to stay safe with my stop loss and go to the bottom of that zone set that we were working with then. And that's why I'm a little bit dipped under it. And I also was kind of looking over here, like this area, just a little dipped under it just to stay safe. And I more than stay safe. In hindsight, I more than stayed safe. It didn't even come close, but you never know. All right. So anyhow, I entered in here, stop loss is down here. And then as far as my initial thought process for my take profit, I was going for that 2.5, and that would have put me right up in this area. And again, I wasn't going to change structure altogether. I wasn't looking to break it and change the way that this little bearish trend was going. I was just looking for a really good deep retracement. I knew that this was overshooting for a 2.5R, but I do know that my rules that are, hey, once I get to 1.5 in this area, right around here, I'm going to move my stop loss from here to slightly in profit. And that's what I ended up doing. So the market does come up. It goes up to my 1.5 at this point where this little wick is. And at that point, I did take my stop loss from down here and I did move it to slightly in profit. And that slight profit difference is where I made my $100 or so. When the market came back down, it did hit that trailing stop that I have and it knocked me out. And that is what happens. That is the risk you take sometimes when you are entering into these trades the way that I am and you're trailing them. And I am okay with it. I completely followed my rules here. I did not break them or alter them. And I am okay with that. It works out long run for me all the time. I know that the probability is in my favor if I stick to my rules. Does this happen sometimes? Yes. Sometimes this happens, unfortunately. We'll get something like this 159 here that happens. And it's okay. It is what it is because more times than none, when I follow that rule of trailing my trade, I will actually get the larger reward hit than the trail hit. And I would rather that happen and stick to my rules and every now and then get this than break my rules and just start kind of going crazy and just doing whatever I want and having no rhyme or reason to it. Because that can set you up for some real mindset struggles. And that is a very hard thing to overcome when you start creating bad habits. So my recommendation is definitely follow your rules, stay consistent with them. Even if it sometimes produces small wins like this, or maybe even a small loss sometimes, that is better to do every now and then than to have inconsistency and have no rhyme or reason as to what you're doing. So that is my tip here. Again, I'm okay with that 159. I followed my rules. I did what I was supposed to do. And, in hindsight, of course, it hits my take profit goal and I could have had the 2.5R. But if you think about what if when you are trading, you will never sleep at night. I promise you that, because there are always going to be what if scenarios. This market moves 24/5, 24/7 if you trade crypto. So there is always a move happening. You're always missing out on something. You're always going to have a what if scenario. Try not to play that game in your head. Stick to your rules, stay consistent. And I promise you it will pay off for you in the long run. All right, you guys, that is it for this video, and I hope that was helpful.
Thanks for sticking around to the end. To be eligible for the free $1,000 giveaway, you just have to be able to receive a PayPal payment. To enter, like and comment below and come back tomorrow for another video and another chance to enter.